Once marijuana dispensaries, if and when they become legal, then we can accommodate them in our bylaws.
The message city staff and council gave to members of the Giving Tree at a city council meeting earlier this week was until the federal government legalizes marijuana, they cannot draft a bylaw to allow a marijuana dispensary to open in Fort St. John.
So at this present time, medical or marijuana dispensaries are not legal. The federal government is considering legalizing it, but at this point it's not legal. So the city of Fort St. John has no authority to introduce and adopt a bylaw. If we did, it would not be valid. It would be just words on paper.
The Giving Tree would like to open a medical marijuana dispensary to provide residents access to regulated edibles, dried flowers or buds, and oils.
What we're offering is say, no, come to us. We're going to provide you medicine that's been tested, it's been analytically tested. We know the components that are in it, and we can provide you with the proper medicine for whatever ailment you have, right? So that's what we're trying to do in the community here.
Marlo Andrews was diagnosed with Crohn's disease when she was 11, and she has been on and off steroids and other medications like morphine for over 20 years. The mother of 3 recently tried marijuana as a way to relieve pains associated with her disease.
It took my pain away in the evening and I could sleep, and it was just nice not knowing that I didn't have to be subjected to all these pain prescription medications all the time. Because with our 3 children, I'm a busy mom and I have to be driving, I have to be, getting them to their sports and getting them to school, and I don't have time to be taking these heavy medications. So at night, after the kids were tucked in bed, I was able to have a little tiny bit of cannabis, and it helped me immensely.
Andrews says providing a safe place for residents to access medication is essential.
People have come and approached me downtown and said, wow, my uncle suffers from ALS and the cannabis oil would help, and the cannabis oil can also help your grandpa who has COPD, and it can help people with anxiety and sleep disorders and more people with bowel conditions, and the list just goes on and on and on. Parkinson's, it's just such a great plant and medicine that can help so many people, that I just think it would be so wonderful for our town.
Along with the medical benefits, members of the Giving Tree say the dispensary could help reduce the growing rate of fentanyl overdoses by providing a safe product that is not purchased on the streets.
Do we ignore them and say, hey, you guys keep going to drug dealers, keep exposing yourself to this stuff, and we're gonna wait around till see what the government does as far as legalizing it? I don't think that's an acceptable risk. I think that we can open a dispensary tomorrow if the bylaws are created, and we can start protecting the community right now, not to mention the public service that offering medical cannabis provides.
Reports suggest it could take the federal government another 2 years or more before they legalize marijuana. Members of the Giving Tree say that time frame is far too long, and they're advocating local government to step up and address the issue sooner. But city staff say their hands are tied until the federal government makes its move.
Until such a time as the federal government has made a decision, and if they legalize it, then the city of Fort St. John, as other communities, can then enter into the conversation with their community as to whether or not the community wants a bylaw that would allow for that type of an activity. So we're not there yet. So it's not a matter of not caring about the community, because I know a lot of arguments were made about the fentanyl overdoses on the street and how this might be one strategy to defend against that. Really, the city of Fort St. John can't even enter into that debate, that conversation. We have no authority to do that. It's an illegal activity at this particular time.
So that leaves a 2-year gap. So in that 2-year gap, we have to decide what can we do to protect our population, right? Or to provide medicine to our population. Is it acceptable to wait 2 years and potentially have someone exposed to fentanyl or carfentanil in that time, when we have the means to do something in our community right away to address this?
Brendan Miller, CJDC-TV News, Fort St. John.